Thanks for tuning in today and welcome to the session. Today, I'm going to talk about a little bit of bigger understanding and how our nature functions and how many beautiful things are right passing in front of us and how we can be more attentive towards of viewing it just by observing it, how much joy that can give you to your heart. In the morning, I finished my meditation. Somehow in meditation, I thought, okay, you know what, I just want to go sit in a terrace and just observe the nature. Now, while I was sitting there and then I wrote a couple of points, it's a vast sky. At some point of time, you see there is nothing in the sky. Clouds are covered, there's a gray in color, and then you see these little birds are flying so high. There were like some of the clips I'm going to add were all my observations today, which can give you a bigger perspective of how many things are happening right in front of our eyes, but we don't pay attention to it because we are running in our life called running race. So as I sit and then I just looked at it, it's a gray sky. And then when I looked down and there was so much of a green from the trees. And I was first wondering, I said, you see how these colors so much of vibrant that we don't pay attention to it. And then it gives me understanding who defined these colors. How did this color forms came? When we are saying green, what is the origin of that green? I mean, we go to the schools and we understand this green, this yellow, this red, and this. Who define those colors? When you get such a deep into it, and if you ask some questions, I know you might get crazy, but at the same time, there is origin to it. I'm sure, these colors are right there. And that is some observation I had. And then when I look at the sky, it's such a gray color because it's completely clouded. And then as I observed, there was a lot of birds flying, and they're flying so high. And when I looked at it, there is no trees around that they can depend on. They're flying so high, as you can see some of these ones. And what is their strength, and what do they believe that they can go such a high places? I don't think that they think of, okay, having a backup plan. Okay, I have a tree here, I have a wall there so that I can stay back. Maybe that's true, but at the same time, they can fly so high. And looking at how they're dancing, I had a feeling that they're just singing a song and dancing. And the weather is so good, the sky is so clear. I mean, of course, it was gray, it was clouded, but then as I sit there for about 30 minutes and watch, so many changes, so many things happening in the sky. But you see, if we are running, I mean, like in that 30 minutes, if I was driving somewhere, if I was walking somewhere, probably I might not observe those things. But it doesn't mean these things are not happening. It's happening all in front of our eyes. But since we're running a race, since we don't stay in one place and observe or focus or see what's the beauty around us, maybe we're not observing those naturally beautiful things. Now, just because I sit for half an hour, things are not going to show up. The birds are not going to fly. The sky is blue. The sky is not going to get blue or the gray, or the trees are there. Just because I sit there and okay, I'm ready to take a photograph or take a video, things are not going to appear. You need to have a patience to sit on your own pace and let the experience flow. Let the experience flows so that you can experience the things which you normally can't experience while you're running the race of so-called life. So it's very important sometimes, that is being in present, I believe. People can say, okay, live in moment, live in present. I think when you consciously sit someplace, hey, you know what, 30 minutes is not a long time. Even 10 minutes or 5 minutes, being somewhere where you can see the vast sky, and observe the sky and see how many changes it happens in 10 to 15 minutes or even a half an hour in the entire sky. The clouds where you see is not in the same place after 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Keep passing, keep things are keep changing. The 100 different birds are flying if you just sit in one place and observe. And it's beautiful, and you look at so many wonderful things happening in the 30 minutes or 15 minutes of your observation, because you're sitting one place or standing one place just observing. and experiencing, so that the experience can flow through your own experiences, and that gives you immense joy, immense pleasure. I said, man, there are so many beautiful things around us which we just don't pay attention to it. And I really want you to spend some time in nature and see how beautiful it is. We can wake up and crib on complaining about 100 things which is not happening, but these are the wonderful natural things, so alive in nature. And since we are running the race, we don't find or experience those things. And I think it's time for you to sit back sometimes. 10 to 15 minutes is not a long time, to observe one thing at a time. If 10 15 birds are flying in a sky, just focus on that one bird and see how it goes, where it goes, until it just disappears from your eye. Just focus there. That's being in present moment. That's being alive. This being uh, seeing that wings flapping and how effortlessly they are flying. It's wonderful. I mean, same thing, you go for a walk, when you look at 10 different flowers, just focus on one flower and look at that vibrant color. Where did that color come from? Does the color come from earth? But being in present and looking at those wonderful things which nature is offering, you can bring you immense joy and pleasure in your own life, which can change the way you look at the things. Because I used to sit in the same place for a long time, but I never paid attention to these things. But when you calm down your mind, when you sit, just let the experience flow through you, and you will see wonderful things. And then you may notice the things you might not notice while you're running. I hope that helps, and I hope some of these images can give you or uplift your day of how much intention we need to give, how much focus effortlessly we can give for a present moment, which can help you to take you to the next level in inner self. That's the object of this video. I hope that helps, and then thanks for watching, and talk to you soon. And spend some time in silence. Spend some time in isolation. 10 15 minutes, look at some things which can inspire you, and I believe that can elevate you to the next level in your inner journey. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and talk to you soon.